Welcome to Complex Kids Simple Solutions, the podcast for parents raising complex and neurodivergent kids who are doing their best in systems that don't always make things easy. I'm Michelle Shoaidi, founder of Special Education Concierge, a mom to a complex kid, a speaker, and an advocate. This space isn't about perfection. It's about real life, the hard days, the small wins, the moments where you wonder if you're doing enough, and the moments where you realize you are. Here we talk honestly, share practical insight, and simplify what feels overwhelming. One conversation at a time. You are your child's hero. Welcome to Complex Kids Simple Solutions. Today we have Dara Wax, and she is a seasoned global health strategist and the founder of SAM+LEO, a brand dedicated to improving teen health, mental health through innovative gummy vitamins. As the mother of two teen boys navigating their own mental health and learning needs, Dara brings a personal touch to her professional expertise with a robust background in vaccine advocacy and resource mobilization, particularly through her work with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Dara empowers listeners by sharing actionable insights on public health initiatives and mental wellness. Join her as she explores how small changes can lead to significant health benefits worldwide. If parenting feels heavier than you expected, if the questions keep coming and the answers feel unclear, or if you're carrying more than most people see, welcome. This is Complex Kids Simple Solutions, a podcast for parents raising complex and neurodivergent kids who want clarity, confidence, and support that actually makes sense. I'm Michelle Shoaidi, founder of Special Education Concierge, formerly known as Wisdom for Complex Kids, a speaker, an advocate, a mom who lives this life, and someone who helps parents navigate it. No labels required, no perfect parenting expected, just real conversations, practical perspective, and reminders that you're not alone. Let's get into today's episode. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Complex Kids Simple Solutions. Today we have Dara, and I'm so excited to have her because I don't think that we've had somebody like her in the podcast yet. So, Dara, welcome.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yes. So I want to hear your story because it sounds like it's really exciting, and I'm excited to hear all about what you're doing and what you've been doing the past few years. So talk to us.
It's like, where do I begin? So I'm Dara. I'm the mom of two teen boys, 18 and 15. They're going off. One's going off to college soon. We live in Denver, Colorado, by way of East Coast. And for most of my career, I worked in global health, mostly for Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and HIV, TB, malaria, vaccine development,
Oh, wow.
a lot of international travel. And then as my kids were getting older and more complicated, it was more challenging to do that travel. And so I had to take a step back and did more consulting. But then COVID happened. And I had been sitting on this idea that there was a missing market for clean teen products in particular, and especially focusing on teen mental health. So that was kind of where I felt my life was and what I wanted for my kids, and developed a line of clean gummy vitamins that also support teen mental health. And we just launched in 50 Whole Food stores and
Wow.
Amazon.
That's amazing.
Yeah, crazy. It's been a crazy couple of years.
Wow.
And I'm a team of one basically doing it.
Wow. You've been doing it. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Yeah. That's amazing. Well, congratulations on that. Jeez, that's a lot. That's a lot of work. And especially now to get it out there in the world, you must feel so good.
Yeah, it's definitely a pinch me moment. Part of it is I went from no stores to Whole Foods, which is very unusual.
Yes.
They have an accelerator that I applied to out of the blue, and they choose 10 brands out of 1,600 to launch and get support. So I'm one of those 10 brands, but also because they wanted to stand behind this support of teen mental health and kind of missing a teen market. So
Yeah.
it's also very aligned for them.
That's great. It's funny because we usually hear in Complex Kids Simple Solutions, we talk a lot about the kids, like when they're a little bit younger. And we have had some that we talked about teenagers, but I don't think that we ever really talked about vitamins and supplements or any of that. But I 100% there's a place for it, especially if they're clean and those types of things. And I'm actually excited because I want to learn. I don't have a teenager yet. He's almost 12, but I have a 9-year-old and an almost 12-year-old. So I'm looking forward to learning. So
Yeah.
how did you get in this? Like, what are tell more,
All
tell
about
more,
it.
tell
Yeah.
more. Yes.
So probably so much like your listeners and you as a parent. I also target tweens, but my kids are amazing, but complex. I have one 2E kid. I have there's a lot of anxiety, OCD, ADHD, got all the things. And it was on my own journey to kind of go through that. And I also never, I support all parents and whatever your journey is, medication, not medication. We were in a spot where actually medication was not working for one of my sons. And so that's when you start to turn to diet and exercise. What are all the other things you can do to support your kid environment?
Yes.
We changed schools and it's really hard, right? You're always trying something, whatever you're good. And I always also say that like, even if you have the resources and are fortunate to get therapy and all the support, 1 hour a week is like the tip of the iceberg, right? It's
It
like,
is.
what's the rest of the week look like? Yeah.
And us parents who just keep suffering every single day, besides that 1 hour that they're with the psychologist.
Exactly. Or you're waiting for the phone call from the school, or
Yes.
all of the things. And then, mental health is also so umbrella for so many things. It's anxiety, depression, bullying, substance abuse, eating disorders, like OCD. Everything is under that one umbrella. So it's very all encompassing. So that's one nuance of that. The other part of it was I was taking a step back and realizing that, we're all trying to we were like fixing our kids. And then at some point, and as your kids get older, they start to question like, well, what's wrong with me? And I wanted to change that discourse and be more around supporting our kids instead of like, you're amazing. Things are challenging, but we're not fixing you, we're supporting you. And I was feeling really alone in this and really wanting community. And so reaching out, and the more I was talking about it, feeling that other parents were opening up about their own journeys and feeling like lost or alone or something's working. And then 6 months later, that thing's not working anymore or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then, there's so many parts of this. Then you add in screen time, and then you add in
oh my gosh,
all
seriously.
of this stuff.
Yes.
And so it's just so much for us to grapple. And so I developed these vitamins. One, because I was looking for my own kids. Two, because I use them as tools. They're not going to fix you overnight. They're not going to be like the cure and the answer, but they come in a pouch, very kid friendly or even teen friendly. They're safe for 4 and older. But I wanted something that my kids would reach instead of an energy drink. One of them is an energy gummy that's caffeine free. It's a B complex with some biotin. I wanted them to go to that instead of an energy drink. One is a relaxed gummy, safe for 4 and older. Instead of them starting to look at vaping or any other thing that might be tempting for some of these kids who we all know are at risk.
Yes.
And so one was what I was looking for, and two was this tool that if you leave them on the counter, maybe they'll be interested in looking at them or having conversation of like, maybe too much screen time. I do have one that's for eyes, for eye health. It's been around forever as a capsule, never as a gummy, and all of our eyes are aging faster. And then
I need them.
I take them too.
My reading my prescription keeps getting higher and higher. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So yes, exactly. I will take them.
All of that. So I'm taking them. I have, my sister's a family medicine doctor. My niece is PDA. Like we're in it. I see it all. And so we're all trying to find solutions. And so we also found with a lot of the PDA kids or ODD kids that even if you just leave them there instead of forcing it on them, they're intrigued by it. It's interesting and they taste so good. So two of the things are, one, dentists are recommending them because they don't stick to your teeth as a gummy that's like a
Awesome.
clean gummy. And then
Mm-hmm.
two, they just taste, the texture and taste doesn't feel like other gummies. So other kids who are super sensitive about
Mm-hmm.
texture, they're really palatable. My kids didn't like other gummies. So that was
Mm-hmm.
kind of the why. But even the bigger why behind that is that we support teen mental health organizations. And that's kind of my give back and the why behind the brand.
Mm-hmm.
But finding your podcast and like your community, like this is, we're in it. And um, it is,
I
yeah.
love it. I love it because this is it, right? Like, I don't think that we talk enough about, just, I mean, daily vitamins or any of that. Like those things, we all know that it's good for you and we should be taking it. I took my daughter just a couple of weeks ago to her pediatrician.
Hmm.
She's a neurotypical child, like high achieving, like she's incredible. And we got there and, the doctor was like, "Hey, does she drink milk?" And I'm like, "No." And then we started this whole thing about, vitamin D and getting that in her body and doing all these things. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, she eats pasta. She eats, if she could eat steak for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, she would. And it has to be medium rare. And, she just doesn't get like the vegetables and the things that she really needs. And of course, you know, fail. It's a mom fail in a way, but we try. I do make vegetables every night. They just really, it's like pulling teeth trying to get them to eat the vegetables and the fruits and the things that are actually going to give them the, you know, vitamin D, vitamin C, all of that stuff. And so I feel like, and I'm okay with supplementing, and I think that we need to. And
Hmm.
so, yeah. So, tell me. So they're gummies. Do they
They're
come
gummies.
individually packed? Do they come in a container? How?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Tell me all
question.
about that.
Yeah. So they come in a pouch of 60 gummies currently. We're launching a 10 count pack just so it's an easier, like, so your kids can try it. The dose is one or two a day, kind of depending where you're at. Like I have an immunity one, so we don't get sick. I do it
Mm-hmm.
two a day during cold and flu season, one a day otherwise, but, and then kind of see. But basically, to your point, I raised my kids on organic and made my own baby food, and they want Subway and Dr. Pepper now, right? Like, even if you're the parent who's doing the right thing and not in trying to make vegetables, like they're exactly me too. But they're
Okay,
like,
if you didn't see it, if you're just listening, she's talking about how her kids want Dr. Pepper, and I have a Diet Dr. Pepper sitting right here next to my computer because, yes, and even as adults,
yes.
every day I'm
It,
awful.
well, no, but it's like we know moderation, or we know we're going to eat the vegetable at night, but our kids kind of just,
Mm-hmm.
and they're influenced by what they see. So I was
Mm-hmm.
realizing even if you're doing all the right things, they're still going to make other
Yes.
choices. And 85% of tweens and teens don't take a vitamin. So it's because also that there were kid vitamins and adults, and nothing really speaking to
In
them in that middle
between.
space, or that tasted good. So that was the other reason.
Mm-hmm.
Also, one of my kids definitely was ARFID, right? Had texture, taste, sensory stuff with eating. Um, and so you add all these other things in, you're trying to get the base level of like, what can we support with a supplement?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I actually intentionally didn't make a multivitamin because I thought there were a lot of other multis on the market. There are teen girl, teen boy formulas. There's some kids ones. And I thought my teens aren't going to take a multi. But it turns out a lot of people have been asking me to make one because mine tastes so good and the taste and texture. So
Mm-hmm.
I might go rethink that. But right now, it's very in the functional space. So sleep, immunity, stress, energy, and eyes for screen time. But
Mm-hmm.
it was more in that space. And I think our kids, well, one, role modeling, right? They see what we do. But
Yes.
two, if you can just find a way to get them a little bit help, like the energy one, the B complex, we're all B deficient. And if they play sports or athletic,
Mm-hmm.
they're even more so. So I'd rather them grab that than an energy
Than
drink
a
or
Monster or a Red Bull.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
I so I just got my son back from an NPS, which is kind of a private school, into the school district. And the other day I went to pick him up and I couldn't believe all the monsters and like how much of that crap is all over. I shouldn't be talking much because I do drink my Diet Dr. Pepper every day. Like
Yep.
I love it. I don't know. And I probably should stop, but right now it's my coffee because I don't drink
Mhm.
coffee. So, but when I look at kids who are like 10, 12, 13 years old and they're holding these monsters, and I mean they're monsters, right? Because it's not just the small can, like 12
Yep.
ounce. They're like, 60 ounces or something. I don't know. But they're gigantic. And these kids, that's what they drink. That is what they're going for. And I, my past life, I was an athletic trainer. And I was an athletic trainer for 6 years at a high school in Utah, out of all the places. And back then, there weren't so many of these, but at the same time, you could see like the dehydration and the things that they would go through with certain things that they were taking. Right now, I cannot even imagine what it would be like for an athletic trainer out there having these kids, having 2-a-days for football, and they're drinking those energy drinks because they think that they need more energy and they need more of that. But there are so many cases of kids actually getting sick from it and having strokes and having heat exhaustion and things like that because that's all they drink. They don't drink enough water. They don't get enough vitamins in their system. They are out there eating what they're not supposed to eat and what they're not supposed to drink. And so I love it that you're making this into teens,
Well,
because
yeah.
you can usually control your child, quote unquote, control your child when they're younger. But once they get to a certain age, it's like, nope, nope, nope. And you can't force feed them.
No,
So, I mean, yeah.
that's exactly right. Also, like, it's heart health, but these energy drinks, they're going through puberty, their hormones, like we don't actually know the impact yet because the data, like, we're so new in the data, but their bodies are changing, hormones, puberty, then heart
Mm-hmm.
health, brain function. Um, that just scares me about that
Mm-hmm.
point. It's very short lived and it's not optimizing them, right? Or their bodies. And
Yes.
so looking at diet and nutrition is one way to do it. And maybe it's
Mm-hmm.
more about moderation. Like if you can't stop the energy drinks, maybe it's one or half
Yes.
and then
Yes.
do something else instead. But
Mm-hmm.
um it is scary to watch. And also like,
Yeah.
I don't know if some of you've talked about diet before also, but like we've known with one of my sons that he's gluten sensitive for his anxiety and things like that. And, if he reduces gluten in his diet, it's much better. But he's a 15-year-old boy and like gluten's around him. And because it's not like a serious life-threatening allergy, like he's not going to die if he eats gluten. It's
Yes. Yeah.
really hard for those teen boys to make those decisions that they know it's better for them not to. But there's no way to stop them eating the ramen and the pizza
No.
and yeah.
Oh, the ramen.
Yeah.
The ramen. The
Ramen.
amount of sodium in that thing, it's insane. I just have to close my eyes when my kids go in the pantry and they pull one out, and I'm just like, nope, not seeing it. Nope, 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 not seeing it. But it's true. Like, but there is a place for those supplements. There is a place for, these gummies. And I love it that it's B12s, like on your energy one,
Yeah.
because we need that anyway. So, I mean, why not do
Yeah.
it? So, yeah.
And then lunch.
Now, no, go ahead.
I
What
was
were
gonna
you going
say,
to
and
say?
then launching through Whole Foods, the compliance they put me through, like every one of my batches is like tested for heavy metals and toxicity, and like they're all super compliant for age group. Like I didn't think I even realized that as a Whole Food shopper, that strictness of it. And so
Interesting.
parents,
Yeah.
like just to know that all the supplements there are super high quality too.
That's
It's
cool.
good
I
for
didn't know
everybody.
that. Thanks
Yeah.
for sharing that, because I think that that's cool too. Like, that's interesting. I guarantee you that the stuff that they sell on Amazon is not the stuff that they sell at Whole Foods.
Not the same.
So,
Changing a
yeah,
little bit. Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, so you said that there's an energy one, and
Hmm.
that's mostly the bees,
All
the
the bees
B12s.
And then a
Okay.
little biotin for activation. Biotin's hair, skin, and nails, but it actually is like a cell activator. And so
Okay.
that's in there as well. It's a strawberry flavor. They can take it actually any time of day. And it's also good for focus, kind of like a
Okay.
switch. So, like, actually, a lot of ADHD kids who need that little bit of focus, it helps,
Mm-hmm.
but also pre post workout, an alternative to an energy drink.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's go to the next one. What's the, you talked about the eye one.
We have
So
one for
what's in
eyes.
that?
That one
Yes.
is lutein and vitamins A and E. Lutein is marigold extract, which I said has been around forever. Um, and the data shows that it strengthens the muscles around our eyes from fatigue and dry eye. I think we may actually start seeing it in a multivitamin because all of our eyes are aging faster now. But also, so one, it is really protecting our eyes. My kids are gamers and they're on the screens all the
Oh
time,
my
as
gosh.
much as like,
Oh,
um, and I think it's also that like discussion point of how much screen time. It just brings
oh,
awareness to it.
yeah.
So
That is something we've had. I had a friend of mine come in and she is really big into talking about kids and screen time. Maybe I should have her back because this is such an important
it is.
subject for kids.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, I need to take the eyes
Mhm.
ones. Okay, and then what are the other
Then
ones?
we have a relax one. So that's more of a chill. That has valerian, chamomile, lemon balm in it, like putting the three of those teas together. That too is any time of day, like stressed, anxious. Some people are more reactive to valerian than others. So you start with one,
Hmm.
maybe you can do two. But also like before bedtime, especially people who are very aware about melatonin now and not wanting to use melatonin. One of mine does. I do have a sleep one as well that has a tiny bit of melatonin, passion flower, and B6. I use
Okay.
that more for like when you're really having a hard time settling kids to sleep. Like it's not an everyday thing, or for travel. It's really good for time
Okay.
zones and jet lag travel. Um, but like I said, I have a sister who's a family medicine doctor, and she
Uh-huh.
gives it to her own kids. So I'm not completely anti melatonin. I just don't think you want to be dependent on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and then I have a one for immunity, which is elderberry, echinacea, C, and zinc. That's probably the closest to the multivitamin, like in terms of wellness, keeping everyone healthy. We really don't get sick when we take that every day. Um, and it tastes really good. And then the last one is the wait, did all energy, immunity, relax, sleep, eyes. I think we hit them all. We hit all of them.
Cool.
Yeah, so like eyes and immunity is more of like an everyday prevention. Energy, relax, sleep are kind of as needed, how you're feeling it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that. I love that the idea of those separate things too, because I don't think that all multivitamin has enough of certain things. I think that you look, there's not enough vitamin D in one, or there's not enough vitamin C,
Yeah.
or whatever. So you kind of bring that together. Quick pause here, because if today's conversation feels familiar, you don't have to carry it by yourself. Through my work with Special Education Concierge, I support families navigating the many layers that come with raising a complex kid: school, services, systems, and everything in between. If you ever need guidance, clarity, or just a place to start, you can explore resources or book a free call at www.specialeducationconcierge.com. No pressure, just support. Okay, back to the episode. What kind of difference did you see in your teens when they started taking this?
Yeah. I get this a lot from lots of different people. So one, the basic one is they'll take it. One, it tastes good and texture. So like
Mm-hmm.
the other ones, they didn't like taste and texture, coated in sugar or sticks to your teeth. So basically one they'll just take. The
Mm-hmm.
second one is so immunity, like I said, we really don't get sick if we take that every day. The
Mm-hmm.
colds, the flus. I'm not anti-vaccine since that's what I used to work in, but still, you're
Mm-hmm.
not immune to everything. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but uh, it's just really good wellness, so we're not getting sick with that. I would say the other biggest one is this energy one. So they know better now than to go for the energy drinks. They
Mm-hmm.
know to be alert, aware of their energy levels. And so they will grab the energy ones as needed versus some of the other things. I like that they're just accessible there for them and they know.
Mm-hmm.
And that then when they share with their friends, like everyone just likes the taste and texture of them so that they
Oh,
feel
okay.
like accepted versus like, oh, my mom gave me a vitamin to take. You know, like if
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
friends are like,
Yeah.
no, do you have more of those vitamins? They taste really good. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so that's the more that I know is that they're just willing to take them.
Yeah.
Um, and then I guess the relax, they take sleep and relax kind of as needed too. They're just aware. It's more of this awareness. How is my
Yeah.
physically and mentally feeling? And it didn't happen overnight. It's also their mom's company. But
Mm-hmm.
the other anecdotes I hear from friends who've taken them is that, oh, he was able to focus for a test. I'm not able to make these health claims. FDA does not allow you to make health claims at the
Yes. 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 Yes.
but I'm able to tell you what people have said that like, oh, it helped,
Yes.
they felt like, oh, he was able to focus or um, definitely brought some anxiety let down or, more chill. Those are the things that I'm hearing. And then
Mm-hmm.
the eyes one, I'm actually seeing it more in the like adults taking it or older, my demographic,
Oh.
because they're like, all of us have dry eye in our eyes. I think I think for younger people, it's more of that protect them while they're young so that their
Mm-hmm.
eyes age better.
Yeah. It's more of a preventative
Yeah,
measure than a fixing measure
yeah.
for the teenagers. Yeah, especially man, my kids have not got into the whole gaming stuff, and I'm so grateful for that. But I know so many parents who they do it themselves, and the kids will do it too. And oh, just the eye, and I don't do it, but I'm on my phone all day long, and that's
Hmm.
probably why my eyes are so messed up because I I'm not gaming, but I am on my phone trying to read tiny, tiny
Yeah.
letters all day long, and emails and text messages and all of that nonstop. So yeah, I love the idea. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to bring you on to the show, is because I think that we need to talk about supplements and we need to talk about those things. And if it's going to help our kids somehow, that we should be doing that. The I will tell you that I am against the monsters for the kids. So anything that can give them a little bit of a woof during the day, I think that that's good. I'm trying to keep my kids away from the type of stuff that I am into, but it's hard too because when we do it, they want to do it too. And so kudos to you for actually bringing that into the house and for them to learning. And they're old enough now that they know what's going on in their minds. And I think that with the younger kiddos, like my kiddos, you probably need to teach them, okay, what are you feeling right now? And then that is also teaching in different ways, right? It's teaching, what are your emotions? What are you feeling right now? And then you can kind of pair that up with the gummies. So that's great.
And also
Yeah.
like I've talked to a lot of therapists who most therapists see kids in like the 3 to 6 p.m. window every day, right after school,
Yes.
and they're all walking in with energy drinks or they're all walking in with everything from they're carrying from the day
Yes.
and getting because I'm just a team of one still, but my goal and hope would be to get more samples in those waiting rooms, right? Because then they're
Uh-huh.
assessing that's exactly when they're needing a lot of these things or talking
Yeah.
about emotions and feelings related to it. So it's not going to fix everything, like,
Sure. Yeah.
but it's a good awareness um,
Hmm.
about it.
Yeah. So, okay, so tell us. So if my people wanted to go and buy this, you said that it's on some Whole Foods. Uh where do you know where
Yeah.
they are? Okay, so tell
Yeah.
us.
So we're in 50 Whole Food stores and you can go to my website. I'll tell you in a second and it will show you the locator, but it's basically Rocky Mountain. So it's Bozeman, Jackson, all the way down to El Paso, Kansas City, 10 Seattle stores. But you can go to shop samandleo.com, all spelled out. And we have a store locator, but we're also on Amazon, all Amazon
Oh,
shipping.
there you go.
We're on
Okay.
Amazon. We're on Walmart Marketplace.
Okay.
Our own website has a huge discount right now, so you get 50% off if you go to our website. I'm happy also to always send samples to people if they want to try them before before buying. And then we'll be launching in Thrive Market nationally as well in the next month or two.
Amazing.
But that's kind of the goal. And always open to partnerships or people with their programs or schools or like a lot of friends who have athletic teams, their kids are on athletic teams, giving samples out to those, groups just to get it out there, but also offering that alternative. And then we do a give back. So we give back to nonprofit organizations supporting teen mental health.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love that.
And then social media. Follow us on social media. All the
yes.
That shop SAM+LEO all over the place.
Well, go find me and I'll find you and then we'll follow each other. Right. So that will be great. Yeah. Okay. So as we're near the end here, I always ask my guest, what is the one thing that you want the parents to know today? Like the most important thing right now?
Oh, I have so many. From my own experience and from what I share a lot is this kind of that theme of we're not fixing our kids, we're supporting them, because our kids are amazing and they might test our patience and our livelihood every single day. But really reframing that helps us have compassion, but also helps them feel seen, I think. So reframing that fixing to supporting is super important.
Well, thank you, Dara, for being here. I love it. Everyone go to, tell me again, what's the website?
ShopSamandLeo.com.
Oh, I got a question. Are those your son's names?
Yeah. Except
there you go.
Leo is the older one, Sam's the younger one, but yes.
It just sounded better, Sam and Leo, than Leo and Sam. Yes, I like that. Well, everyone go over there, give it a try, and everything is going to be posted in the show notes. Dara, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for what you're doing, because I think this is very important. And everyone, we will see you next week.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Before you go, take a deep breath. You don't have to solve everything today. You don't have to have it all figured out. If this episode helped you feel seen, grounded, or a little less alone, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss future conversations. And if you ever want a deeper support, Special Education Concierge is here when you're ready. One step at a time. One decision at a time. You are your child's hero. I'll see you next time.